Life after death. The existence of life after death has always been an eternal truth that cannot be denied. This perpetual reality of the afterlife has gradually been accepted by the different religions and sects of the world. We all know how the scientific community keeps on changing its position on any theory, and in this case, modern science has begun to acknowledge the existence of consciousness as a part of daily reality. One may say that in future science will surely come to understand the mysteries and also come forward to prove the existence of the soul. However, from ancient times, the existence of Atman or soul has been written and discussed in our Sanatan Hindu Dharma. In our religious scriptures like the Veds and Upanishads, it has been said that one who knows the truth about death will never be afraid of dying. When one is born in this mortal world, when nothing is permanent, then death is inevitable. Ironically, this simple truth is known to each person, yet all are afraid of death. Why is there such a deep rooted fear of death? This would not be the first time that a person has to leave his mortal coil on this earth. This fact needs to be deeply understood that one has taken numerous births and an equal number of times left the physical body through the process of death. At the same time, we also are aware of the knowledge that it is the physical body that gets destroyed, not the soul or the Atman, which drives the body. The soul is eternal, immortal, and indestructible. The soul keeps on changing its physical garment, the physical body. Human beings have been going through endless cycles of births and deaths for the past 1.98 billion years. That is, second period of Brahma's lifespan. In fact, these incarnations not only include incarnations on earth, but also include the innumerable incarnations in Swarglok, that is, heaven, as well as in various hells, that is, netherworlds. The past, present, and future lives of each soul are also decided on the basis of the accumulated karma of that soul. This is why our scriptures have advised human beings to perform their actions or karma in a noble manner, along with pure intentions. Meritorious and noble actions performed in accordance with the duties ascribed in the Shastras to each soul type elevate the soul to higher dimensions. Our Brahmand, the solar system, has been in existence from time immemorial, and souls have come into existence from the beginning of the creation, Brahmand. From that time onwards till today, souls have been trapped in the never ending wheel of birth and death. Souls took many births and incarnated in different yonis, that is, life forms, or in the 84 lakhs 8.4 million species. As mentioned earlier, it is the karmas of each soul which is the primal cause of its present birth. Only upon finishing the karmic cycle and ties, the soul can go to the higher levels of reality, or one may say to the eternal world, Amarlok. The soul exists till the time the Brahmand is in existence. Once the Brahmand gets destroyed in the dissolution, that is, pralaya process, then the soul also ceases to exist. A soul cannot get mukti or liberation in life as long as it remains in a state of ignorance. Moksha or liberation from the cycle of birth and death can be achieved by the soul only when the soul has arrived at the self realization. And if a soul acquires Brahmgyan, which is knowledge of divine light, then the soul can be in a state of in life liberation called Jivan Mukti. In this way, a Brahmgyani soul or a soul with supreme knowledge is able to attain the highest state of God realization. The journey of a soul is infinite. In the earthly plane, Mrityulok, a soul has to undergo the never ending life cycle of birth and death until the soul gets the grace of its Creator. However, there are souls who, after physical death on earth, roam around in the galaxies or universe in search of their Creator, but fail to find their Creator soul due to the heavy cords of karma and maya. Thus, when a soul meets its Creator, only then the soul will be free from the incarnation cycle, or else the process will continue endlessly for the soul. Earth undergoes periodic destruction during the time of Ardha Pralaya, that is, partial dissolution. Then Pralaya, which is dissolution. And then Kalp Pralaya, which is annihilation of three worlds, Bhulok, Bhuvarlok and Swarglok. In Mahakalp Pralaya, the annihilation of the entire solar system, the Brahmand, occurs, and the souls get merged into their creator. So, the existence of souls ceases in Mahakalp Pralaya. When a soul gathers profound knowledge and understands the beginning, middle, and end of the infinite creation, then the soul can travel into higher dimensions as well as continue its soul journey. The soul changes its form according to the dimension that it goes. For example, the soul will take the form of the body in accordance with the astral plane. The birth and death cycle of the soul never ends until the soul reaches Amarlok or the eternal world. Now, one may ask, what exactly is the eternal world or Amarlok? Is it situated above the earth in the upper dimensions, or is it in heaven or Swarglok? As per our religious texts, when the time span of our solar system ends, all 14 loks, the 14 worlds, 7 higher and 7 lower ones, get destroyed. Bapuji Dashrath Bhai Patel has also explained that our entire multiverse has become a mortal world. After death, souls keep wandering around from one earth plane to another, one galaxy to another, or one universe to another, etc. This infinite or Behad cosmos is unimaginably vast. There are an infinite number of multiverses in this vast Behad cosmos, and those multiverses also consist of varied types of life forms. It is wonderful to know that a soul may travel in different dimensions in the universe or multiverse, but it will have to take the form as per that dimension. Soul wears the bodily form garments and many times also comes under the cycle of 8.4 million 84 lakh species. However, the soul intrinsically remains the same. Several times, a soul evolves to the higher worlds and even becomes Lord Indra, the king of Swarglok. And many times, the soul becomes Brahma. All these activities of ascension to higher worlds or devolving to lower worlds or hell are basically determined by the laws of karma of that soul. Therefore, one must know that every moment a soul reaps the fruits of its karmas, whether good or bad. Now, if we wish to understand deeper about life after death, we must possess a fair knowledge about the reality of the Atman, soul, and have firm faith in its existence. By reading our ancient texts like the Vedas, Shastras, and Purans, a person gains awareness about life beyond the earth, life after death. Thus, this knowledge ensures his ascension to higher realms after death. Even though a soul may live on the earth, but by practicing a constant state of soul consciousness, by finishing off one's karmic debts, the soul can make efforts to go to the infinite world from where it won't need to return back to the world of five elements. Here, a critical point to note is that a strong attachment towards our physical body and relations of this present birth will keep us trapped in the continuous cycle of birth and death, and we can never be free from such bondages unless we practice and remain in soul consciousness state as far as possible. Life on higher realms is a wonderful and enriching experience because the upper worlds provide more spiritual happiness and joy to a soul or Atman, although Maya or illusion is present throughout the multiverse. The ascending soul or Atman finds an increased level of joy and happiness as it goes upwards. For example, the joy that a soul or Atman experiences in Brahmapuri is thousandfold more than the happiness of Swarglok. On earth, a human soul or Atman feels pain and sorrow just like living in hell. However, if the soul or Atman has enough spiritual knowledge about the higher spiritual realms, then the soul or Atman can move upwards to the higher realms from heaven, that is, Swarglok. It can move to Janulok, Tapalok, and further higher worlds in the solar system and even other solar systems, galaxies, etc. Finally, the ascending soul or Atman will meet its creator soul and merge in it. There is no genuine happiness in this mortal world. Real happiness can be found only in the higher spiritual realm, where there is supreme happiness, which is Param Sukh, eternal peace, which is Param Shanti, and supreme bliss, Paramanand. If a soul gets true knowledge of life after death whilst living in this mortal world, then the soul or Atman can experience the same spiritual joy of the infinite bliss here itself. Once the soul experiences the infinite supreme joy and peace, then The soul or Atman sees worldly pleasures as illusionary and transient. The original nature of a soul or Atman is Param Shanti, supreme peace. This supreme peace or Param Shanti can be experienced in the present lifetime only when the seeker learns knowledge of the infinite, Behad Gyan, and also by investing one's time and energy and making sincere efforts in meditation so that one can clear all one's karmic bonds. If one remains entangled in the illusion of body and bodily relations, then they will never be able to escape from their karmic web and will be forced to come in the cycle of birth and death.